Hi there to my grade 11 students. I hope you are done or submitting your outputs for week 1 and week 2. And for today, we're going to have the week 3 discussion for our subject English for academic and professional purposes. And for the week 3's topic, it's about the basics of summarizing. Okay, for the previous module, we learned about how to get the thesis statement, the topic sentence, and all those stuff. Okay, so for today, we will know how to summarize our the context or the text that we are reading. Okay, so let's get it on. And yes, by the way, this lesson will be having a mixture of English language and Bisaya dialect in order for my Cebuano students to have a deeper comprehension on the discussion. Okay, kay English na ang ilahang gibasa nga modules no, siguro nag nosebleed na sila. So hopefully sa ako ang pag-explain nga binisaya, mas masabta nila ang discussion sa EAAP or English for Academic and Professional Purposes. Okay? So, sa learning competency, ang ato ang makatunan aning module kay it will or we can use various techniques in summarizing a variety of academic text. So, from the previous modules, ang ato na nakatunan nga academic text are those text nga ginabuhat sa usa ka estudyante. Okay, and these are more also kanang mga research papers, thesis. Okay, so mao na siya ang one of those lang. Kay ang non-academic text katumang pang public documents, di ba? The magazines. Okay, so here for the objectives that we can ato ang makabuot sa paghuman aning module kay we can determine the purpose of summarizing. Okay, identify the features of summarizing, apply effective strategies in summarizing, and summarize the content of a text. Okay, so we will try to learn all of these objectives before we can finish or end our discussion. Okay, so here we have to define what summarizing is. Okay, so summarizing is often used to establish the important concepts in a book, chapter, article, or parts of an article. So ato ang gimension ganina nga, ang atong i-summarize kay more of the academic text. And these are just few examples of academic text. Okay, so as a student, okay, we have to improve the way we summarize text. Okay, summarizing comprises the overall point, valuable information or fundamental words and phrases that help you meet your reading purpose. Okay, so ang summarizing mura siya kanang ang tibuok unod sa imong gibasa. Di ba from the previous module ato ang nakatunan nga kinanglan ang makita na to ang thesis statement o ang topic sentence para makahibaw ta unsa gyud ay purpose sa author nga nang ipabasa ta ato niya nga text. Diba? Okay. So karon ato na siya from the thesis statement, from the topic sentence, ato na siya himuan og kanang output. Okay nga. Mura siya kanang combination ba na dito gisuwat ang thesis statement ug ang topic sentence ang unod sa katong imong gibasa. Okay, di ba kanang naamay sitwasyon nga kanang usahay boring na kay paminawan na imong friend daghan kay gichika pero anang liko-liko nga storya. Katong example nga daghan kay chika niya manghumra dito og kwarta. So another example kay na kay friend nga gikilig ganahan kay siya mo storya about sa panghitabo sa iyang kinabuhi labi na karong adlaw nga nakita sa siyang crush, gikan pa sa siyang balay, naglisod siya sakay nga nakasakay niya o natupad niya ang iyang crush unya pagkahuman kay moto nya ikaw nga di na kay kaganahan maminaw kay na boring na jud ka na boring na kasi paminaw niya ba, so maingon na lang ka nga unsa man jud ay imong gusto isulti nako. Hala, oy kana lagi kanang gi-invite ko niya sa ilahang event or sa ilang occasion sa ilang family ba. Tara manday na, may taas gi kag storya na digo pa kas inyuhan, dugay ka nakasakay sa bus. Okay, so mo to siya. So kuhaon nimo ang pinakaunod sa tibuok storya. Okay, so mo to siya ang ihang topic gid ay gi-invite ka sa imong crush sa ilahang family event. So di ba exciting nga tanan kay like bagya jud og meaning kung i-invite ang girl sa family event sa guy. So you can feel nga you are something special to him. Char, di ba? Okay, so here there are 3 steps in summarizing. The first step nga makahibaw taon so ang pag-summarize, okay, we have to read and comprehend the text. Dili lang kay siya basahon pero dapat sabton pud nimo unsa ang imong gibasa. Okay, so we have to unpack lengthy sentences and decode challenging vocabulary. Okay, ato ning i-apply sa kanang sa airport kanang daghan ka gidala nga butang no niya pagkahuman day nga to pag-check di ay kay dili na ibang mga butang nga dili nimo pwede dadon. So imo tong pangwaon, di ba? May dili man jud ka pasudlon sa airport. Okay, so ang pilian na jud nimo kung unsa ang pinaka-importante, unsa ang necessary sa imong pag-travel. In my case, I am a light packer. Okay, I only bring things nga kinahanglan ako sa 2 days or 3 days na ko nga travel. Dili na ko dadon ng tibuok balay. Kaya anyway, mabalik ko man sa ko. So dili kinahanglan daghan kung kanang ang I'm just saying for myself no, but for others kay dadon nila ang sa ilang mga rason sa ilang now. Okay, so dili na kinahanglan. Okay, wala man ka nagsuwat og kanang creative writing or descriptive writing. Okay nga, isuwat jud mo tanan unsa pinaka nindot nga words or something nga kanang maka-pa-impress sa writer. Okay, in this case, maka-impress sa writer pero lesser content na, nag-summarize na ka, mas dali kanang para ni sa mga tao nga nagdali or kanang mga tao nga dili ganahan magbasa og daghan. There are people nga ang una tan-awon ang katong luyo sa libro kinahanglan to ang abstract or unsa nahitabo sa story, di ba? So naa sa mga tao nga di ganahan mabasa daan sa abstract kay mas exciting ang kuan mabasa gid sa tibuok nga libro. Okay, so kay mao man nato ang topic karon, the basics of summarizing. Ano i-summarize man? Okay, so mo ni kinahanglan ta mo makahibaw unsa ang pag-summarize. Okay, the second step is to identify main ideas and key points. Distinguish between essential and non-essential information. Okay, so akong example ganina noon sa day importante nga imong dalon jud kung mag-travel ka. Kay imong pitaka, imong ID, imong passport, imong plane ticket. Sinina nga good for 2 to 3 days lang. Na ay mga ako'y kailang mag 2 to 3 days lang nga travel pero ang dala kay good for 1 month. Okay. O daghan kay OOTD, okay lalain og picture, lalain pud og sinina. Ilahasad na. Okay, so traveling light is really convenient. And parehas po sa pagsulat o summarize. Parehas po sa pag-summarize. Kanang mas magaan, mas convenient ang imong pagbasa kay naka-summarize naman ka. Okay. So, at least kay balo ka unsa asa nito pangitaon ang essential ug non-essential. Essential siya tungod kay nitabang siya sa imong thesis statement or ang permiro jud nimong pangitaon no kay identify main ideas. Ang imong topic sentence, ang imong thesis statement. Unsa jud tumong ani nga story. Okay, nya. Mo dali ra nimo makit-an dayon ang mga relevant information. Okay, basta makakita kasi ang main ideas. Main ideas is commonly can be found at the last part of your introduction or in the first statement of your second paragraph. Okay, na siya ang topic sentence. Next step is to express the information in your own words. Okay, expressing the information in your own words, but it doesn't have to say you have to express your opinion. Okay, dili opinion nimo information lang in your own words. Ang katong words nga imong ipangsuwat, of course, naa gyapon makit-an sa katong imong gibasa. Dili lang ka magpatak-patak og suwat ay in your own words man. In your own words, but dapat connected sa imong gibasa. Dili man siya opinionated ang summary. Okay? So mo na kasagaran masaypa na to mga estudyante kay kanang moingon si teacher nga after you watch the movie you have to write a reaction paper. Okay, in the reaction paper nimo kay umura sa check summary or vice versa. After watching the movie you have to summarize it. And then ngadto sa imong summary imong gi-add nga After watching the movie, I felt so delighted because I realized that the world is like this, like that. That's already your reaction to what you have watched. Okay, so it's totally different for summarizing. Okay, so summarizing kay punto siya directly stated from the context, or from the context of what you have watched or what you have read. Okay, so here, summarizing a text requires both comprehension and expression skills. Okay, so kinahanglan masabtan sa gyud mo una. Actually, this is something that we fail when we try to take a test for reading comprehension skills. Okay, and usually this kind of test is time limited. Okay, nya taas kay ngadto ang gisuwat. So unsa nga skill imong dapat imong ma-enhance para dali ka maka-check unsa gyay ang main topic ato nya, then maka-answer na dayon ka. So it's not necessarily reading all those words, no? Okay, yes, it will really consume the whole time. And then wala pa ka naka-answer sa uban nga numbers. Okay, so that's the tip. Okay, and okay, we also have here reasons why summarizing is an important skill. Okay, there are many reasons, but the majority or the main reasons are these. Okay, summarizing is important because it exercises your in-depth thinking. Makapa-enhance daw sa imong panglaglum nga panghunahuna. Okay, another, it helps you discern vital and pertinent information. Mas makahuna-huna ka kani siya importante ni siya nga impormasyon diri sa akong nabasahan. Okay, another reason, it aids your thought organization. Mas mas ma-improve ang imong pa-organize sa imong ideas. Okay, it's thought organization man. Okay, oh, we have an advertisement here. Became a man. Okay, so summarizing requires you to cite your sources properly to avoid accidental plagiarism. Okay, we don't this is something that we have to avoid, right? Okay, accidental plagiarism. And actually, if you wish to check your work if it isn't plagiarized, there is actually a plagiarism tracker. Okay, so you can check that on Google. Okay, plagiarism tracker. Okay, so okay, be careful on how you summarize. Okay, and here we are taught for the context that we write, nganong mahimo siya nga dili na siya summarizing imong gibuhat, nganong si teacher mag-comment sa imong work nga you are not summarizing. So maglibog dayon ka, ma'am, unsa day ang summarizing, nganong akong gibuhat dili man ni matawag og summarizing. Okay, so these are okay what are not summarizing. Okay, word for word ideas. Okay, just writing the same thing unsa imong gibasa. Okay nya, imong gisuwat kay parehas ra kataas imong gibasa, or worst, mas taas pa sa imong gibasa. Okay, so mayon kita summarizing, mas gi-condense nimo, gipagamyan nimo kung unsa imong gibasa. Example, ang katay imong gibasa kay there are 5 paragraphs. Okay, nya 500 words, diba? Na taas jud kayo. So inig-summarize nimo ana, dapat mga kuan na lang na 3 paragraphs unya 200 words. Okay, or 300 words. Basta kay mapagamyan nimo ang 500 words. Mao na siya summarizing, dili jud sa parehas no katas or mas mulabaw pa. Okay, ideas are not originally from the main text. So atong giingon ganina nga gibase na mention ako no nga from your own words, but it doesn't mean you have to provide your opinion or ideas. Okay, so dapat ang mga words or ang ideas nga imong gisuwat sa imong summary kay naa gyud ngadto makita or mabasahan jud namo ngadto sa original text. Okay. And also, jumbled and unconnected ideas. Jumbled and unconnected ideas because ang idea nga imong gisuwat sa imong summary kay naa sa second paragraph, nya pagkahuman kay naapod siya sa third paragraph, nya usay mangitan pud mo siya sa first paragraph. Oh, so wala siya organization, dapat na ay hanay imong pagsuwat. So sa imong introduction, kidto makita ni imong thesis statement. Okay, so unsa imo na dayong ibutangad to kung unsa ang point sa story. Second paragraph, okay, ang topic sentence about the thesis statement kung unsa ang i-provide pa nimo nga um, unod ato. Third paragraph is restating your thesis statement. So na siya conviction kumbaga ba kung ngano nga mao gyud siya ang unod sa story or nganong mo to point gyud sa author. Okay. So dapat hanay gyud siya. Okay, not jumbled ideas. Okay. Mo na makalibog, confusing, maglabad among ulo inig check sa inyong summary. Okay, so guidelines in summarizing we have here. Okay, write in the present tense. Okay, usually when we summarize, no, kay makalimot ta siguro or remind sa teacher nga present tense. Ato mong na idea nga summary kay past tense na ni kay nahitabo naman to ako ang manamang ko tan-aw niya then ako din gi-summarize so past tense. Okay, so for summary you write it in the present tense. Make sure to include the author, the year, and the title of the work. Okay, another essential guidelines. One of the essential guidelines. And be concise. Okay, kay summary man, so kinahanglan concise. Walay paligoy-ligoy. Wala man ta ka ng riddle or creative writing. Dili man amo atong gibuhat. Okay, another, include 2 to 3 main points of the text or work. So, from that 5 paragraphs, okay, magpili lang ka or unsa nga to ang pinaka ang point sa text. Okay. Another guideline is avoid quotation. A summary is not a paraphrase or a direct quote. Okay. So, dili na kakinalan mag-quotation. Nakabisita. Sorry, mo-apply siya. Dili na kakinalan mag-quotation kung mag-summary ka. Okay. Pwede sa kanang reaction paper, pwede ka mag-quotation. Okay. Yes, sakto to siya. Okay, more guidelines. Okay, don't put your own ideas and interpretations in the summary. Okay, mo ni akong gingon ganina, di ba? Okay, so be concise man, remember, or katong mga ideas ra nga makita nagyud sa original text. Read the text and understand its meaning. Okay. Clarify your purpose before you read. Okay. So dapat ang ako makuha ani kay katong topic nga giingon ni teacher. Okay. So imo dito pangitaon. Or di ba kanang sa reading comprehension skill test kay naay questions daan, okay, who, what, where, or why. So katong questions daan mo na dito yung mga tips or mga hint mo unsa imong pangitaon ato nga summary or ato nga text. Okay, so mo na siya ang tip. Okay, next, select and underline or circle the key ideas. Kani very effective. This is what I also do. So, circulan ako ang ideas nga ni connect nga to sa thesis statement or topic sentence kay adto din ako sa himuan og ako ang summary. Kanisla ako na siyang nabilong ni siya sa ani nga topic. So, ako na siyang ibutang appeal sa ako ang summary. I hope dili kay ko paswas mo storya na. Okay, annotate key ideas. Okay, so when we annotate key ideas, ato ara siyang i-paraphrase, ato ara siyang Tagalog, mas parehas nga ideas nga dili ta maingon nga ato ara gyapon gi word by word nga copy ba. Okay. So it still have the same meaning though we make another word or another statement. Okay, so let's have this example text here. Let's try how we can improve this one. Okay, so I'll just have to adjust my screen there. So here, the text we have, yes, sorry about that. Okay, so basically, the text talks about penny, but it doesn't have to, you just write one sentence that this text is about pennies. Because most likely we don't have the same idea on what pennies what kind of penny we're talking about here. Because when you sound it would be, if it's just audio then it would have a different meaning. Okay, so this response is too short, yes, and it does not include key ideas. So when you summarize it, you will have to add essential ideas about pennies. Okay, So let's take a look on how to do it better. Okay, yes. For this time, okay, I think, yeah, there is another way, or another example on why it is not a good summary. Okay, so okay, here the response to the 1943 copper penny is worth a lot of money. Copper was hard to get during the war, so there aren't many of them. The 1955 double die penny is worth a lot too. These pennies were stamped twice on accident. This also isn't a good summary because the main idea is not clear. Okay, there is also too much unnecessary stuff. Okay, na kana o kana imo yung hard getting, so there aren't many of them. Okay, so the die pen is worth a lot too. So you can use also good vocabulary, okay, to describe what these pennies are. Okay, and how to make it better. Okay, yes, let's have the next screen. I forget to have, yeah, this edited. Okay, so the correct response, okay, this text is about two very rare and valuable pennies. The 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double die penny. Okay, so that makes it a good or correct response because it includes key information and doesn't include unnecessary ones. And it's also in the complete sentence, of course. So see, from these many sentences, so you only got one sentence, complex sentence, but yes, it's the essential information, yeah, is all there. Okay, let's yeah, it's also complete sentence. Okay, so formats in summarizing, let's try. There are three formats in summarizing. Maybe I can extend my camera now. Okay, so the first format we have is idea heading format. In idea heading format, the summarized idea comes before the citation. So we remember that steps in summarizing. So we need to cite, okay, good citation. Okay, so comes before the citation. So this is your summary here. The underline is the summary, and okay, the citation, okay, is here. Okay, so benchmarking is a useful strategy that has the potential. Okay, and this is the citation. Falls 2004, Ammons 2001. Okay, that is the first format, idea heading format. Okay, so we have here our second format, which is the author heading format. In this format, the summarized idea comes after the citation. Okay, sorry. The author's names are connected by an appropriate reporting verb. Okay, so we have here our citation. Okay, so the author's name here, okay, cited as Dunmos. Okay, and then you do have your summarized idea. The underlined words are your summarized idea. The study of Kablan Ahmad, blah blah blah. Okay, shada. Okay, and then you do have, you inserted your another summary as regards literacy. This notion reveals that FB could be used as a tool to aid individuals execute a range of social acts through social literacy implementation. Okay, and yes, also, yeah, that is another author. Okay, and then you do have your other summary there. Okay, so for the third format, it's what we call date heading format. Okay, the summarized idea comes after the date when the material was published. Okay, so this one, in their 2004 study on the impact of the participatory development approach, Irvin and Steinman argue that participants can be valuable to the participants and the government in terms of the process and outcomes of decision making. Okay, so there you go. Nada yun siya dire. Okay, so comes after the date when the material was published. Okay, so that's for the date heading format. Dali ano, sayon na siya hibawan. Okay, these are some of the verbs that you can use when you summarize. Okay, we call them reporting verbs. Okay, so it's used to talk over another person's works or claims. So they are generally used to integrate the basis to the discussion in the text. Okay, so these are from the most common to the least common here. So if the topic is about biology, then yeah, describe rather than observe. Okay, marketing, suggest So linguistics, yeah, almost the same. Suggest, point out is the least common. Okay, and so on. Okay, so you can do a screenshot about those verbs. I hope it can help you. Okay, so that's it. Our lesson is done. Okay, thank you so much for joining today's lesson, and yes, for staying with me until the end of the lesson. Thank you and enjoy learning, everyone. Goodbye for now.